What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, TV shows. If it's geeky, if it's nerdy, I love to talk about it right here. And I do like to do the occasional comic book review. And I'm going to do one a little bit different this time. This time I'm going to do Young Justice number 18. Young Justice number 18. And that's because Tim Drake, believe it or not, Tim Drake is my Robin. He's my Robin. Tim Drake was Robin when I really got into collecting comics. There in the late, the early 90s, throughout the 90s, Tim Drake was the Robin that I knew. The Robin of Nightfall, the Robin of Prodigal. He was the Robin of some of my favorite storylines. And he spun off and had his own very successful solo book. And that was a great book. If you remember, that Robin solo book ran for, gosh, what was it, 118 issues? It might have been more than that. Might have been more than that. I have to check. I've got him right down there. I'll have to check because it ran for a long time. And I think it was actually more than that. I think it might have gone into the 150s or 160s. But that's just how successful it was. People really liked it. And they really liked Tim Drake as Robin. Now, he's not called Robin anymore, obviously. That goes to Damian. And for a while there, he was Red Robin, which I always thought was stupid. Why name yourself after a food joint, right? Red Robin was dumb. But his new name right now that he's going by is Drake. And a little on the nose, but I kind of like it. Drake. Now, if you'll remember back to Tim Drake's days as Robin, he always had this romance going with Spoiler. Spoiler, for a while, by the way, was Batgirl. And there's Spoiler right there. So I really like this issue because this issue really kind of spoke to me as a fan of the early to mid 90s Robin. This felt like a bit of a callback to that. Not only because this issue solely focused on Drake and Spoiler. The rest of the characters didn't really show up until the last couple panels. This was really a Drake and Spoiler kind of a solo issue. And it called back to the classics, to the classic 90s. And I can't believe I'm calling the 90s classic, but yeah, man, it's been a while. But it calls back to the 90s in several ways. And one of the ways that I really like how it isn't that great right there? Drake and Spoiler working again. One of the ways I really liked how it called back to the 90s was it brought back Cluemaster. Cluemaster is Spoiler's dad. Played a decent sized role in Batman Eternal, and I don't think he's really popped up since Batman Eternal. So it's really cool to have Cluemaster back, guys. Cluemaster was kind of a poor man's Riddler in the early '90s, but he was most notorious for being Stephanie Spoiler's dad, and he did play a rather significant role early on in that Robin comic that I told you about from the early '90s. So it was really cool to see Cluemaster back as an antagonist, and he played an antagonist throughout the course of this book. There's another nice Cluemaster piece. So that was all pretty cool, and I for that reason I really enjoyed this book, having it be kind of a Robin, Spoiler, Cluemaster type story. It really did feel like a bit of a callback. You did see Naomi here in a panel. They've got Connor here in a panel. He's living with Ma and Pa Kent now. But like I said, this was Drake and Spoiler's story. And for that reason, and it was rather contained. It all gets concluded here towards the end. It was all rather contained in a single issue story. But Drake and Spoiler. I don't know. I just liked it. I liked it. So it ends, the book ends on a bit of a cliffhanger with Wonder Girl, but that's fine. It's a Young Justice book. It was supposed to end with the team getting into something. I loved the fact that this was a Drake spoiler book. I had a lot of fun I had a lot of fun reading it. Overall, I haven't really been a big fan of Young Justice. I think they're getting ready to cancel it, but there's been some multiverse jumping. There's been some stuff exploring Connor's past. I mean, it's been passable, but it really hasn't been a great book. This was a good book. This was a good book. This is my favorite Young Justice book so far. So that is my take on Young Justice number 18. Did you read Young Justice number 18? Have you read any of the Young Justices? Let me know in the comments down below. And do you have any great memories of Tim Drake and Spoiler? That's probably the most relevant question. Do you have any great memories of Tim Drake and Spoiler? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your favorite storylines are or your favorite moments or any of that, because it's a couple people in the Bat family that I've just got some really nostalgic feelings for. So thank you so much for joining me here at the LQ Review. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you later.